Howdy and aloha. Welcome to Manata. The earth and you are ohana. We hope you stay and talk. Anyway, standing room only tonight, guys. It's James with Monotalk. A lot going on. There's a lot of stand-up stuff going on. There's a lot of stand-up stuff going on. There's a lot of stand-up stuff going on. So what I'm saying is we just had the roast or the White House roast or the White House celebrity roast or some kind of roast with some really weak, in my professional opinion, weak comedian. She's a good comedian, I'm sure. But as far as like really sticking it to the system, it's the same old, same old. Back and forth, Republicans, Democrats. Doesn't talk about anything that all of us are talking about. All of us, and I mean the circle that we have, which is people that are actually, I don't know, in my opinion, waking up, finding a lot of information from people like Jimmy Dore, Susie Dawson, Elizabeth Leo Voss, Ben Schwann, Mike Figueroa, Ron Placone, Holly Seeliger, Jamal Thomas with the Progressive Soapbox. But anyway, it's kind of weird not to kind of watch myself down here because the screen is not right here, so I'm kind of not really paying attention. But there was also a guy named Richard Credico, or Michael Credico, who was also there. And on Jimmy Dore, he got booted out because of some things I was actually talking about just recently, which is interesting. It's kind of all coming together. And from what I can tell and from what I can see, no matter what happens and who's out there, they're going to do whatever you can to stifle the truth, to stifle and suppress and make nothing of everything that's out there. And I'm talking about the truth. Oh, speaking of the truth is in charge. He's here. Ryan Bannock's here. Can you guys hear me okay? You guys can hear me? Yes, no, maybe so? Kind of, sort of, maybe? Okay, good. Rosenthal 10's here, Ryan Bannock, a few people. Glad to hear you guys coming on. Thank you very much. Hopefully this will work tonight because I have some terrible technology and I'm going to try to share what I got tonight. So it's really simple. And as I was going over the other day, I fully and completely noticed, that a lot of people aren't really getting or understanding how important whistleblowers are, how important the truth is, and how vital it is that we have absolute and total facts presented to us. I mean, when you were a little kid, when was your first lie, right? To keep you from getting spanking or putting time out or something, you probably said something. But the problem is these guys do it all the time. I'm talking about the two-party oligarchy. I'm also talking about the kleptocracy that's out there, the elite, the corporations, big banks, big Wall Street, big oil, big coal. I mean, the list is endless of all these companies out there that are just gigantic and huge. But the thing is nobody's really protecting. We're trying to. I know there are a lot of us that are trying to do it. But we're saying it, but we're not doing it. There's a difference. It's what I'm saying is if you're trying to do something, that's fine. That's fine. You're attempting to do something. But doing is a lot better than trying. I'm just saying. So like when I used to have kids that were in my basketball teams or my baseball teams, I used to go, so who's the kid that wants to go out there and play right now? Some kid will come up and go, I'll try my best. And I go, okay, good for you. And then the kid that comes up and says, I'll do my best, that's the kid I want to see. That's the one kid I want out there. They're going to do their very, very best. And try just kind of comes with it. So what I'm saying is we have to do whatever we can to start protecting these people. We need to find a sanctuary. We need to find a place where these people can get together, have a place where they can share their information. Of course, there's WikiLeaks, and of course, there's other places they can go to that I know for a fact that will present their information. But I'm talking about afterwards. I'm talking about the repercussions that they foresee. I'm talking about what happens after somebody in the CIA, the FBI, the NSA, the Pentagon somewhere in some party, in the Democratic Party, deep in the Democratic Party, deep in the Republican Party, or wherever, even the Green Party. I don't care what party. But everybody needs to have a place where they can go where they have sanctuary. They have protection. There should be a law for whistleblowers. Something that should happen out there, an amendment that should happen to where if you want to present something that you believe helps the people, then let the courts decide. Let the people, let it be in the hands of the 12, of a jury. So it's real simple. So if you want to say something, this is the way I would do it. This is the way I would do it. Not the president or anything, and I'm not trying to change the world, but I am trying to save it and all of its inhabitants. That's part of what I do. But so what I'd like to do is just what I'd like to see in this amendment, and it's really simple. Okay. No, it's not Tim Black. It's not Tim Black. I'm not doing stand-up. That's all I'm saying. I'm not doing stand-up. But so if you have let's just say the first thing on the list. The first thing on the list, protection. Okay, you have to say certain words. I am whistleblowing. You can go to any court in the U.S. and you can say I'm whistleblowing. Okay, and at that point, they have to take you in and protect you, like a protection promising. What are they called? The home protection I forgot what it's called. The witness protection program, right? And then they have to. You have to fill. It's the form. What are you going to? Who's it against? Where are you from? Just information, and that information, by amendment and by constitutionally, has to be private. It can only be between the judge and the person, or the district, or somebody out there. A way to protect the person, the whistleblower, so that information doesn't go anywhere until they fully release their information. But they need protection. So what has to happen in this, is they have to prove that it's for the people, right? I'm not talking about corporations. I'm not talking about the 1%. I am not talking about big pharma or big Silicon Valley or big coal or anything like that, or any of the giant lobbying bodies or the super PACs or anything of that nature. I am talking about for the people. And it has to be, and that's probably the biggest issue, or the hurdle is to make the determination if that person is actually presenting information on behalf of the American people, or the U.S. voting republic, So this is something I want to propose. This is something that I think should happen. There should be an actual law for whistleblowers where they can actually go up and say, I'm whistleblowing. I need protection. It's my right, right? And then at that point, it can be determined if it's going to proceed further. So here's of course, you guys can already tell there's a lot of problems already. Oh, hey, Snark, how's it going, guys? But I'm sure there's a bunch of stuff out there that I'm sure you guys think could happen. There could be a cavalcade of different angles and spin-offs and things that could happen to this particular person. But if you make sure that they're protected properly, in other words, they have the rights, they're protected, they can be, they'll have their sanctuary or a place where they can go, right? But they're going to be separate now. They're not going to be able to just go home and be with they've got to be really protected, okay? Because whistleblowing in this day and age, right? And we all know about that. Snowden, Chelsea Manning, of course, Julian Assange. All these people out there that are just, and not just them. There's people that were with the FBI. There were people with the CIA. There were people with many departments all over the country and all over the world that have said things that have been swept under the rug, or it's been, pushed off as nothing, or of course the mainstream media won't cover it. But what I'm getting to is we have to have a place where they can come so that information can come out. So not only are they going to be protected, but that information will be publicized everywhere. Okay? So what happens is that information will come out, but it could do some serious damage, not only to a company or a corporation or a particular person, but to our own government. So that's where we need to have this amendment or this constitutional amendment indicating that no person that whistleblows or wants to protect the will and the freedom and the livelihood of the American voting republic shall not be prosecuted without, you know, due process. Well, now what's happening now is they arrest you first, they throw you in jail, and they treat you like a piece of crap, and they collude and court and give you a hard time, basically, at this point. But there must be a law. So I'm asking Democrats, I'm asking Republicans, I'm asking especially Greens, if we can put together some kind of law or something that could start to be passed to protect whistleblowers. I'm not just talking about the United States, of course, everywhere. But we have to make sure that the truth is allowed to be presented. That's my goal. That's my goal. Because once you can get the truth, once you can have people out there that are free to say, I mean, it could be crazy at that point, but it can't be frivolous. So here's the thing: if it's found to be frivolous or unjust or incomplete or untrue, now, whatever the damage that happens is none of the court's problems. If it causes them, if it causes a corporation or something, or 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 the candidacy of somebody to go down, too fucking bad. That's the reason for it. It's to get that information out so people can know what's going on. So people can know what's going on. And if it's personal information, like the guy or the girl, something personal, that's just ridiculously stupid. If it has to do with anything breaking the law in a sense, or anything that actually can hurt the U.S. voting republic in any way, either in person, by one person, a small group, or in the masses. But I think we should try to draw something and put something together that would work, that people could use, and I think that would be a good idea. And we should start doing it now. And I'm just going to walk around. We should do some aerobics. Do some aerobics. It's weird standing up and talking. It is so weird, but it's cool because I'm totally like hyper right now, and I don't even drink coffee. But I think that's a good idea. We need to have some kind of protection for these people. The other thing is when you do have people like Julian Assange, and I mentioned this in one of my videos, that feel that they can't no longer be protected by any country, anywhere on the planet. They can't hide or have some kind of sanctuary at all and still be able to live and be protected, even though they're bringing information. I mean, WikiLeaks has been 100% correct. They have not ever had to, at all, retract anything that they've said. When I hear somebody saying WikiLeaks this, WikiLeaks that, in a negative tone, or in a way to make them seem like they're frivolous and not real, instant idiot. You're an instant idiot, because that's the other side of the coin. The other side of the coin, the better side of the coin is it's real news. It's real information. And that guy that was at that place, was it Michael Cedric? I just said his name. Credico, the comedian Credico. He was thrown out for just yelling out and saying we should be praising Assange. That's just really sad that happened, because nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to hear the truth. Nobody wants to hear the facts. Nobody wants to know what's really going on out there. Again, WikiLeaks never had to retract anything. They've been 100% correct. They've taken down regimes. They've taken down politicians. They've taken down companies. They've taken down CEOs, the elite. They've done a lot of, and it's bad when you're that guy treating everybody like shit. Of course, you're that person that maybe somebody else wanted to target because you weren't doing anything correct or right or nice or had any empathy for anybody in your company or anybody in your in your country or anybody in your state or anybody in your city. So WikiLeaks has this place where you can go and present the data. They search it. They look it over, Takes a little time to get this information out, but then all of a sudden, they realize that this is absolute, pertinent, viable, completely factual, and absolute truth. 100%. And they send it out there. But they're not getting that from CNN at all. They retract so much shit like on a daily basis. You're not getting that from Fox. They retract everything like every 20 minutes they're retracting shit. CNN has just become, MSNBC has obviously just become a piece of crap place where people are just colluded with the corporate. It's turning into a sickly place. MSNBC has gotten really disgusting. They've gotten super terrible. They're disgusting, and they just need to go. They're terrible and they're wrong, and it's just bad. It's just totally bad. So we have to have a place for information to be able to come out. And when the people that bring this information doesn't come from a robot, doesn't come from a carrier pigeon, it comes from people. And these people need to be protected. And that's basically what I'm presenting. That's basically what we need to do to protect Julian Assange and all the people that like I said in one of my last video, I think it was my last video or second to last video, it was very simple. A lot of these people that are out there, and I know you're out there, I hear you, I feel you, I guaranteed you might even watch this or have somebody that knows that this guy wants to start a amendment, he wants to start a law to protect whistleblowers. Man, that would be fucking awesome. But I feel your pain. Okay, the reason why I feel your pain is because there's so much shit out there that's about to burst, but it can't because a lot of you are actually and completely scared. It is tough not to say that word because you're afraid that if you bring out the information, some way, somehow, somebody's going to come and pull a Seth Rich on you. Okay, somebody's going to come around and do something to you, and that's the sad part. Because there is still intimidation. There is a mafia-like situation happening out there. I mean, it's totally obvious. These kind of things have been happening for years. Decades, probably thousands of years. There's been coercion and just corrupt, very dark dealings with a lot of high-ups to lows to people to hitmen to. It's been happening for a long, long time. And the biggest reason is why I'm saying this is I want to just be totally clear. We've got to evolve. We have got to, as a species, get past this crap. We have to evolve. We have to become something that we didn't think we could be or what we should be. We have to be able to get to that point to where we're no longer medieval. We're no longer Cro-Magnon. You know, I mean, you can do that. There's places to be Cro-Magnon. I'm just saying. But what I'm saying is there's a way out there to go. And it's not where, sorry, to the religious, where religion puts us, where a lot of societies bring us to. Some cultures, I believe, are huge and important, and you should never drop your culture for your heritage or anything about that. But there has to be a point to where you can evolve and move on. And the only way that we're going to do that as a species is if we start just being honest with what's going on out there. I mean, you can have your little white lie and your little, the things that are personal to you. Of course you can. There's nothing wrong with that, right? But if you got to be, but if you're going to be running a country, or if you're going to be running a city or running a state, or you have influence, or you pass laws, or you uphold laws, okay, or create new laws, all right, or you have the ability to write and get rid of executive orders, then you should be held accountable. You should know that position should be the position that you should be as upfront and as transparent as possible. When I go to the DMV, and I know everybody's been to the DMV. Everybody has been to the DMV. And the problem with the DMV, as I'll tell you this, is, for one, they don't manage things well. It seems like they have a line for this and a line for that and a line for this. And the process just takes too long. But the other thing that I notice about the DMV and a lot of public services out there is they don't show you the screen. You ever been to the DMV? And they're like looking at your screen like this. They're looking at, yeah, can I get your driver's license? Yeah. And then can I get, yeah, on your social security? Okay. Yeah, it looks, whoa, yeah, this would be $10. It's like they're seeing stuff that they won't show you. I want both screens on each side. I want to see what's in my driving record. I want to see what they're looking at. We need more transparency. We need more people. We know what is that? We need to be more upfront. We need more transparency. We need them to be held more accountable. We don't no more backroom deals. You know, there's so many things that we need to do. And it's not going to happen if we can't have people that are incapable or not able to tell the truth. And I think that would further lead to people actually starting to be more honest as our politicians. So if you had a law out there like I'm talking about, Shovik, free Assange, of course, everybody, free Assange, absolutely. Who else? The Fly. Susie will be having an announcement on Monday. She stated, okay, I gotta get my glasses. She stated that during tonight's Decipher You. Okay, yeah, she stated that. I think she talked about that. But it's just really simple. I mean, I want to protect those people that are trying to protect us. I think as a group of people, we should find a way to have our people that we're voting for out there, and all the people that are want to be candidates to create this law, to make this law, to find ways to protect people, even against them. So if you're in the Green Party and you just want everybody that you're working with to know that you're being honest, that you're being as honest as possible. I mean, things happen. You miss up something. There's accidents. Of course, nobody's fucking perfect. I get that, right? And people make dumb decisions that are sometimes excusable. But if it's intentionally trying to do something for the benefit of money, which it usually is, then you should be gone, right? And the only way we can do that is to have something out there that indicates or protects that and protects those people that can bring out that information. It's really simple. It just has to happen. It just has to happen. I wish I had some music, you know. Anyway, I was just breakdancing. Sorry. Yeah, let me see. Snort. Driver's license here was passport, social security card, 2 pieces of mail at current address, and $10 for a copy, $20 for renewal. Yeah, it's the DMV, of course. Nobody likes the DMV. It sucks. It's terrible and stupid. But quite honestly, let's start protecting those people. We got to find a way, for one, to get resources, food, uh, um, medical help, and everything we can to Julian Assange. We have to protect those that want to whistleblow. We got to find a place for those people. We got to do this. It's just something we got to do. You just can't not want to do that. You know, you've got to make sure that those people out there are protected. So let's look for those ideas tonight. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on to the floor in just a second. What am I doing right now? Oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to duck out of the way. All right. You know, this will be good to have karaoke too. You'll never find. Okay, just kidding. I won't do that. I won't do that. Another love like mine. Right. Let me just get off of here. I'm going to switch to the regular. But anyway, I think you guys understand what I'm saying. We've got to find ways. Let me summarize. It's important. Find a way to protect those people that are risking their lives, their careers, their freedom to protect us. Snowden didn't divulge that information because he thought everything was going to be peachy clean after he did. He told himself, this is something we all need to understand. And this is why those assholes at that White House roasting that fucking threw that comedian out, Deirdre Sidrick, or fuck, what the fuck is his name? Hold on. Ah, yeah, his name was Randy Credico. Randy Credico, right? Here's what he's
And
saying.
then that was it. So before Crystal Liza gets back, I'm really feeling guilty about Julian Assange being in that room and everybody here about to be celebrated CNN. And so I walked into the middle of the room. Now, Rod Rosenstein is in there, Jimmy Hoffa, everybody that's anybody was at that dinner with the exception of Trump. And I went up there before the program actually started. I just couldn't hold back because I didn't want to interrupt the comedian. So I started yelling out to the stage, we should be supporting and celebrating Julian Assange. He's the greatest journalist. God bless. And so I went to about 3 different spots as loud as I possibly could bellow out those words. And then I started walking back to where I was sitting, and 2 people, it was like Jack Nicholson in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, where 2 orderlies come over, grab me by the arms, and they take me to the secret hall and like walk me out of there. I had to feign a heart attack because I thought my shoulder blade was going to break. I feigned a heart attack twice.
Anyway, so that guy, that was pretty fucking cool to say what's really happening. He's surrounded by reporters, by the bullshit, full of crap, mainstream media, just there for a paycheck, could care less what's fucking vomiting and oozing out of their mouths. Once a guy brings up the one person out there that's really bringing the truth to the planet, they fucking toss him out. Okay, I got to show you something real quick. Okay, this is. Oh, I want to bring this up. This is important. Okay, so let's do this. Where are we going here? Oh, wrong one. How are we gonna do? Okay, let's do this then. Sorry, guys. Give me a second, please. Un momento, por favor. Select all. This is another brilliant. No, just an idea. Sorry. Just Jimmy with his ideas. Not a big deal. Maybe sometimes somebody will like catch on and go, "Wow, that's not a bad idea, there, Jimmy." Okay, and this is probably the most important part right here. I'm right here. Don't worry. I'm right here. Okay, here we go. All right. Now check this out. Okay. All right. So what this is, okay, is the Big Six. It's Comcast, Walt Disney Company, News Corporation, Time Warner, CBS Corporation. The Big Six. These are the guys that present to you, okay? And if I'll leave it up there so you can stop it whenever you want to see what you're seeing. But hello? Oh, wait. Wrong. That's wrong. Okay, there we go. Hold on. Whew. All right. So that's the Big Six. And the reason why I bring up the Big Six is because those are the people in that room. In that room, all those people are in that room. And I would say at least 70% of them have a very good idea of what Julian Assange is and what he does. I would say the rest of them haven't fucking a clue. I'd say the other 30% don't have a fucking clue what's going on. And some of them don't even care. But what I'm saying is the Big Six, they all have these news stations, right? They all have all this money pouring in. And if you see the amount of money, sorry to get out of the screen, guys, but if you see the amount of money, this is in 2014, 69 billion, 48.8 billion, 40.5. I mean, this is chump change. It's probably doubled by now. We're getting close to it on the amount of money for the revenue that these guys bring in from their advertisers. They bring in so much fucking money, and they're able to do and control and say and do whatever they want at any time. Well, if you look at what I'm putting here, right? I need to have like a pointer or something would be good, or just anyway. So in what it's saying, it's really simple. Why isn't the U.S. voting republic creating their own unfake news network? Okay? And the reason why I bring this up, if you can read that, that was actually one part, but I split it apart and I said, insert real news here. The reason why I'm saying that is I understand what YouTube does. I understand what Facebook does and Twitter and all these social media platforms out there that can get information out to whoever. That's cool. I like that. That's great. Thank you very much. And however else you want to restream it or whatever. But what's out there right now has dominated. There has got to be a way where we need to have not RT, and yes, I understand. I love RT. They've got some good information. But we need it from here. We need it from here. We need a station from here. We need a network from here. We need all of us to come together to pay. I would pay taxes to have this. You know, and it's not C-SPAN. C-SPAN is not where you're going to get this information, right? You need to let's not pay Monotalk. Monotalk will just go on Netflix. I found out what it takes. You have to have like an attorney and executives that can do this certain things and know people in the system. But there's ways of getting in there. There's ways of doing it. So what I'm really getting to is I love RT. I love all those other sources that are out there, but we need an American source of truth. Yes, I am sounding patriotic. Yes, it has to happen. It needs to be homegrown. It needs to be from this country. People from New York, people from Florida, people from Chicago, from Seattle, Washington, from Texas, from Ohio, West Virginia, Illinois, Oregon, California, Hawaii, Alaska. We need people from here to create something that works for us. I don't know what I want to name it. I know that the Green News Network is out there right now, but it's nothing to what I'm saying. We need to have a place where people can come and say the truth. It won't be co-opted. It won't be taken. It'll be paid for by the people. So 3 things. Okay, I think you guys know where I'm getting to. Create a law protecting all whistleblowers. Okay? There's not one specifically for that. 2, protect the people that have already whistleblown and help those people and get them the sanctuary and the protection they need. 3, this is a little different, but it has to do with our own network that needs to happen. A network that needs to be from us. And there just from what I'm saying, there just might be some people, right, that just might try to take what I'm saying and do something similar and sugarcoat it and make it seem like it's what I'm trying to say. It has to have pure and actual, unequivocal facts and truth. It has to come from people and information that's researched. It's not, if you get a story, you're going to go out there, of course you're going to report it, right? But you're going to also have a reporter reporting the reporting. That's strange, but that's truth. I want 2 cameras out there, okay? I want information coming from the right angles, from the right people, doing the right things for the people that deserve the truth. And you deserve the truth. You don't pay your taxes. You don't work your ass off. You don't do everything you do because you want to get bullshitted and lied to. And hear some idiot tell stupid jokes, the same fucking jokes that have been happening over and over again at these roasters, White House correspondence roastings. Stupid. It's all ridiculous. We need to know what's going on out there. Definitely. All right, I'm going to open the floor. Thank you guys for coming tonight. Come on in. Let me just put it on Twitter. But first, I want to sing a little more. I want to sing it again. Let's sing it again. Howdy and aloha. Welcome to my night talk. The earth and Whatever. All right, let me go off here for a second so I can fix some things. Oh, is that Tequila Mockingbird? Thank you, Evan. That was Tequila Mockingbird the whole time. I love it. All right. All right, guys. Let me grab the link and throw it in. I mean, wait, hold on. Gosh darn it. Where is it? Where is it? When we have the camera like this, I think we should have like karaoke night. You know? We should definitely have. So now I made this little thing. All right, this is probably where you want to go, or you know what? I might turn it off and go. And then come back. You know, I think I'm going to do that. I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to start the show over. All right, thank you. Nah, I'm going to do it. I'll be right back. Be right back. Be right back.